You black opportunist, you staged this whole thing, Daniel Harrington snarled, his face twisted in fury as he shoved through the crowd, yanking his son Liam from Aisha's arms. The boy's small body trembled against his chest, but Daniel's eyes drilled into Aisha like daggers. Don't think I don't see through it. Poor Maid with a baby, rushing in like some hero. You're after my money, aren't you? Admit it. Aisha clutched Mia tighter to her chest, the infant's cries piercing the chaos. Her knees burned from scraping the pavement where she dived under the truck's shadow, hauling Liam out just as brakes screeched. Blood trickled from her elbow, but she stood tall, jaw clenched. I saved your boy. That's all. No scheme. Daniel cut her off, voice booming. Saved or set up? People like you always have an angle. Look at you, Rags. That kid is not even yours. Bet you planned this for a payout. He waved off bystanders who murmured, some nodding in agreement, their stares cold. Victoria, his ex-wife, slinked up beside him, smirking. Exactly, Daniel. She's probably filmed it for some lawsuit. Filthy trick. Aisha's fist balled, nails digging into palms. Mia wailed louder, sensing the tension. I don't want your cash. Just did what anyone, Daniel interrupted, laughing bitterly. No one else moved. Convenient, huh? You're fired from whatever hole you crawled out of. And stay away from my son. He turned, clutching Liam, who whimpered, Daddy, she helped me. But Daniel stormed off, Victoria trailing with a triumphant glare. Aisha's chest heaved, breath sharp as knives. The crowd dispersed, leaving her alone on the cracked sidewalk, Mia's sobs echoing. Her heart pounded with rage, but she straightened her back, wiping blood with her sleeve. This wasn't the first time Prejudice slapped her down. Abandoned marriage, lost jobs, all because of her skin. Yet she walked away, head high, whispering to Mia, We'll be fine, baby. We always are. Hours later, alone in her cramped apartment, Aisha bandaged her wounds, replaying the accusation. Liam's scared eyes haunted her. She fed Mia formula from the last bottle, ignoring the empty fridge. Exhaustion hit, but sleep evaded. Daniel's words burned like fire. Unbeknownst to her, across town, Daniel replayed the scene in his mind, doubt creeping in as Liam cried for the brave lady. A mysterious necklace dangled from Liam's pocket, unnoticed. You white. Its chain glinted under lamplight. Stay away, you hear me? Daniel barked, his grip tightening on Liam as he backed away. Victoria's hand on his shoulder like a vice. Aisha's blood boiled, but she locked her jaw, refusing to crumble. Mia's cries escalated, tiny fists waving in protest, but Aisha hushed her with a firm rock, her own pulse thundering in her ears. I hear you loud and clear, she shot back, voice steady as steel. But remember this, goodness doesn't wear a price tag or a skin color. One day you'll choke on those words. Daniel scoffed, cutting her mid-breath. Save the sermon. You're nothing but trouble. He spun on his heel, dragging Liam along, the boy's wide eyes locking on Aisha's face, mouthing silent pleas. Victoria leaned in close, her whisper venomous. Pathetic. Crawl back to your slum, Maid. The words sliced deep, reopening scars from Aisha's past, her ex-husband's abandonment after calling her too black for success, the diner boss firing her for looking suspicious. But she didn't flinch. Instead, she straightened her torn shirt, blood staining the fabric, and turned away, steps deliberate on the uneven pavement. The crowd's murmurs faded behind her, a chorus of indifference. Aisha's chest tightened, breathing in sharp bursts, but she pushed forward, Mia's weight a grounding anchor. It's okay, little one, she murmured, lips brushing the baby's soft curls. We don't need their world. Blocks blurred as she walked, the city's roar drowning her thoughts. Back in her dingy apartment, door slamming shut, she collapsed against it, sliding down with Mia in her lap. Tears stung, but she wiped them fiercely. No time for weakness. She fed Mia the last drops of milk, ignoring her own growling stomach, then paced the room, replaying the rescue. The truck's roar, Liam's scream, her dive without hesitation. Why did they twist it? Prejudice, always prejudice. Aisha's fists clenched until knuckles whitened. She bandaged her scrapes with old rags, wincing at the sting, but her resolve hardened. "We'll survive," she vowed to the empty air. Liam's grateful gaze flashed in her mind, a spark amid the darkness. Unseen by her, across the skyline in Daniel's penthouse, Liam tugged at his father's sleeve. "She was nice, Daddy. Why yell?" Daniel brushed him off, but unease gnawed, his accusation echoing hollow. As night fell, Aisha lay awake on her threadbare mattress, Mia's even breaths her only comfort, whispering a silent prayer for justice. "You're wrong, Daddy. She pulled me out," Liam sobbed, yanking at Daniel's sleeve in the penthouse elevator, his small fists pounding. Daniel froze, his gut twisting as the doors dinged open. "Quiet, son. She was trouble." But Liam's tears streamed, unrelenting. "No! She held me tight, like Mom used to." The words stabbed deep, cracking Daniel's armor. He scooped Liam up, striding into the lavish living room, but the boy's whimpers echoed off marble walls. Victoria lounged on the couch, scrolling through her phone. "Finally home! That maid's gone for good." Daniel set Liam down, jaw tight. "Play in your room, buddy." As Liam shuffled away, clutching his toy truck, something clinked to the floor. A silver necklace, chain tangled, pendant etched with unfamiliar symbols. Daniel snatched it up. "Where'd this come from?" Liam glanced back. "Fell out when she saved me. It's pretty." Daniel's fingers clenched around it, pulse racing. Victoria snatched his arm. "Forget her. She's a liar." But doubt flooded him. He shoved her off, storming to his office, slamming the door. "Security footage, now." He dialed the building's guard, voice clipped. "Send the street cams from today." Minutes later, his screen lit up. There, the truck barreling down, Liam stumbling into its path. Bystanders froze, phones out but hands idle. Then Aisha, rags flying, Mia strapped to her chest, dived like lightning, yanking Liam clear as tires smoked inches away. No setup. Pure instinct. Her face, fierce and fearless, locked on the boy. Daniel's breath caught, fists slamming the desk. "Damn it!" Regret surged, hot and unrelenting. He'd accused her, humiliated her, all from Victoria's poisoned whispers and his own blind bias. Flashes hit, his rise from Brooklyn slums, ignoring his mixed roots to fit the white elite world. Now this, betraying someone like his old self. He paced, necklace biting into his palm. Victoria burst in. "What's wrong?" He whirled. "Everything. She saved him. For real." Victoria's eyes narrowed. "So what? She's still trash." Daniel cut her off. "Get out." She stormed away, heels clicking in fury. Alone, Daniel sank into his chair, staring at the frozen frame of Aisha's dive. Liam peeked in, eyes red. "Can we find her, Daddy? She was brave." Daniel's throat tightened. "Maybe, son." But the necklace gnawed. Odd, out of place on a kid. He pocketed it, unease building. Across the city, Aisha stirred in her bed, Mia's breath steady, unaware of the storm brewing. Daniel grabbed his coat, keys jangling. He couldn't sleep on this. The hunt began, shadows lengthening over Manhattan streets, pulling him toward redemption, or deeper mystery. "She's just a black maid. Why waste time?" Victoria sneered, grabbing Daniel's arm as he yanked open the car door, keys biting into his fist. Daniel shoved her back, eyes blazing. "Because I was wrong, damn it. She saved Liam, and I spat in her face." Victoria's nails dug in. "Wrong! She's scum, plotting for your wallet. Forget her!" He wrenched free, slamming the door, engine roaring to life. Tires screeched as he peeled out, leaving her fuming on the curb. Daniel's knuckles whitened on the wheel, city lights streaking past like accusations. Liam's sobs replayed in his head. "Find her, Daddy," mixing with Aisha's parting shot. Goodness without color or guilt clawed his chest, breaths ragged. He'd built his empire ignoring roots in mixed neighborhoods, bleaching his past white for boardrooms. Now it haunted him. Heady old contacts, voice sharp. "Street cams from the accident. Track that woman." A PI's gravelly reply. "Black maid with baby? Tough in the slums, but I'll dig." Hours blurred into hunts through shadowed alleys, Daniel pounding pavements he'd long abandoned. First stop, The accident corner. Vendors eyed him warily. Saw her dive like a bullet, one hot dog seller grunted. Brave as hell. Lives east. Projects, maybe. Daniel pressed bills into his hands, jaw set. Name? Anything. Aisha, think. Helps folks around here. He bolted east, heart slamming. In a dingy diner, waitresses clammed up at his suit. Why are you asking? One snapped, arms crossed. Daniel leaned in. I owe her. Screwed up bad. Skeptical glares softened slightly. She eats here sometimes. Scrapes by, kid on hip. Try the clinic on 125th. He dashed out, phone buzzing. PI update. Aisha Thompson, 28, ex-maid, fosters a baby girl. Address is spotty. Daniel's pulse spiked. He floored it to Harlem. Clinic doors banged open, nurses flinching. Aisha Thompson, where? Daniel demanded, badge of wealth clashing with worn chairs. A doctor blocked him. Patient privacy. Who are you? The idiot who accused her of fraud after she saved my son. Whispers rippled. She was here yesterday, bandaged up. Left pissed. Try her block, but watch your back. Outside, gangs loitered, stares piercing. Daniel ignored threats, knocking on doors. Seen Aisha? Doors slammed, but one cracked. Yeah, top floor, but she doesn't need rich trouble. Stairs creaked under his weight, graffiti mocking his climb. Knocks echoed unanswered. He slumped against the wall, sweat beading, replaying footage. Her fearless lunge. Regret burned hotter. Liam texted, Miss her, Dad. Daniel punched the wall, skin splitting. Voices below, neighbors gossiping. Aisha's tough. Raised that baby alone after her man ditched her for being too ghetto. He eavesdropped, piecing her pain. Jobs lost to bias, family gone young. Mirrors of his buried youth. Dawn broke as he staked out, coffee bitter in hand. Finally, her door creaked. Aisha emerged, Mia on her hip, bag slung. Daniel stepped from the shadows. Wait! She whirled, eyes narrowing to slits. You! He held up his hands. I saw the tape. You were real. I'm sorry. Deeply. Aisha's grip tightened on Mia, chin lifting defiantly. Sorry. Don't fix humiliation. Daniel pressed. Let me make it right. Please. She hesitated, fire in her gaze flickering. But neighbors watched, tension thick. Follow me, she muttered, leading him inside, the door clicking shut like a trap. The necklace in his pocket weighed heavily, its mystery pulsing unspoken. You're invading my space. Rich white man, thinking apologies buy everything. Aisha hissed, shoving Daniel back against her apartment door, Mia squirming in her arms. Daniel stumbled, hands raised. I didn't mean... She cut him off, eyes flashing fire. Mean what? To call me a thief in front of everyone? Sit down and shut up. She plopped Mia into a battered playpen, the baby cooing obliviously, then whirled to face him, arms crossed like barriers. Daniel sank onto the sagging couch, fabric tearing under his weight. Aisha paced, breath heaving, her scraped knees throbbing with each step. You barge in here, expecting forgiveness? I've dealt with your kind. Bosses firing me for attitude. Landlords evicting because I look wrong. She slammed a fist on the rickety table, dishes rattling. Mia giggled, reaching for a toy, but Aisha's focus burned on Daniel. But I don't break. Watch. She yanked open a cabinet, pulling out bandages and ointment, tossing them to a neighbor knocking softly, Mrs. Ruiz, frail and coughing. Here, for your boy's cut. No charge. Mrs. Ruiz grasped her hand. Aisha, you're a saint. Aisha shrugged it off, the door clicking shut. Daniel's brow furrowed. You helped them? After what I did? She spun. Always. Lost my job last week. The diner said I stole tips. Lie. But I feed the block's kids anyway. She scooped Mia up, rocking her fiercely, the infant's head nestling into her neck. Daniel leaned forward. Tell me more. Aisha's laugh barked sharply. More? Grew up in foster hell? Married young to escape? Husband bailed when promotions went to lighter wives. Now this baby? Her mom dumped her on me, vanished. I fight for her. She thrust Mia's bottle into the microwave, beeps punctuating her rage. Work odd jobs, cleaning, babysitting, help the elderly shop, Tutor kids in math. No handouts. Strength's all I got. Daniel's eyes dropped, shame twisting his gut. I climbed from nothing to mixed kid in Brooklyn. Hid it for success. Aisha interrupted. Hid? I wear mine proudly. See this scar? She pulled up her sleeve, revealing faded burns. From pulling a neighbor from a fire last year. No thanks needed. The room pulsed with her energy. Stacked books on nursing dreams. Walls pinned with community flyers. She fed Mia swiftly, spoon clinking, then turned back. You think one sorry fixes bias? Prove it. Help here, not just words. Daniel nodded, resolve hardening. I will, starting now. But Aisha's gaze pierced deeper. Good, but don't pity. Respect. Mia burped loudly, breaking the tension, Aisha's rare smile cracking through. Neighbors banged on the wall. Another crisis. Aisha grabbed her bag. Coming! She shot Daniel a look. Stay or go, your call. He rose, following her out, drawn into her whirlwind world of quiet heroism. As they stepped into the hall, Aisha halted at a door, knocking. Inside, an old man wheezed. Rent's due, can't pay. She knelt, counting crumpled bills from her pocket. Take this, I'll cover. Daniel watched, awe mixing with regret, his hand brushing the necklace in his pocket, its weight suddenly heavier, hinting at secrets beyond her strength. You think throwing money at my neighbors erases your bigotry? Aisha snapped, shoving the crumpled bills back into Daniel's hand as the old man's door clicked shut behind them, his grateful nod lingering in the dim hallway. Daniel recoiled, palm burning from her touch. I didn't mean to. She sliced through his words, eyes locked like lasers. Mean to what? Play hero in my world now? Sit down, we talk on my terms. She yanked him back into her apartment, door slamming with finality, Mia's toys scattering underfoot. Daniel dropped onto the couch again, his suit rumpled, heart hammering. Aisha towered over him, fists planted on her hips. Apology accepted? Hell no. You humiliated me, called me a fraud because I'm black and poor. Words like that scar deep. Daniel's throat bobbed, regret flooding his veins. I know. The footage proved it. You risked everything. Let me fix this. Aisha's laugh cut sharply. Fix? Start by listening. No pity gifts. Help real. Volunteer at the community center. Fund scholarships for kids like me who got screwed by the system. He nodded fiercely. Done. Whatever it takes. She paced, breath steadying, her scraped arms flexing with tension. And stay out of my life unless I earn it. Mia and I don't need savers. We need equals. Daniel leaned forward, pulling the necklace from his pocket, the chain dangling. This fell from Liam during the rescue. Mean anything? Aisha froze, snatching it, fingers tracing the etched pendant. Not mine. Weird symbols. Looks old. Valuable. She turned it over. A small engraving, catching light. Initials M.H. Her brow furrowed. M.H.? Not Liam's. Daniel's pulse quickened. He said it just appeared. Maybe planted. Aisha's eyes widened, suspicion igniting. Planted? By who? That truck didn't swerve right. Felt off. She rummaged in her drawer, pulling a crumpled envelope she'd found near the accident site days ago, forgotten in chaos. This was on the curb after. No address, but inside. She ripped it open, a letter unfolding. Scrawled threats. Stay away from Harrington, or the kid pays. Daniel grabbed it, face paling. This is aimed at me. Enemies in business? Isha's jaw clenched. Or closer. Your ex, Victoria. Her glare screamed hate. Daniel shook his head. She wouldn't. But doubt cracked his voice. Isha thrust the letter back. We investigate together, or you leave now. Condition 1, no secrets. He met her gaze, resolve stealing. Agreed. Partners. Mia babbled from the playpen, reaching for the necklace, innocent amid the storm. Tension eased slightly as Aisha brewed cheap coffee, mugs clinking. My past? Foster kid. Fought for every scrap. Yours? Daniel exhaled. Brooklyn streets, dad black, mom white. Buried it for the boardroom. Regret that now. Aisha's guard lowered a fraction. Then prove change. Start tomorrow. Center needs hands. He stood extending a hand. She shook it firmly, electricity sparking. Deal. But the letter burned in her pocket, words twisting. The accident was just the beginning. Daniel pocketed the necklace. We'll trace this. Aisha nodded, fire rekindled. And expose whoever's behind it. As he left, Aisha bolted the door, hugging Mia close, the envelope's threat echoing. Across town, Victoria dialed a number, voice low. He found her. Move faster. The line crackled with malice, shadows deepening into a larger web. You meddling black bitch! Stay out of Harrington's business, or I'll bury you deeper than your slum roots, Marcus Harrington snarled, bursting into Daniel's office, fists slamming the desk so hard papers flew, his face contorted in raw hatred. Daniel jumped up, chair scraping back. Marcus? What the hell? Marcus cut him off, leaning in close, breath hot and reeking of scotch. I know you're sniffing around with that maid. Victoria told me. Drop it, or Liam's next accident won't miss. Daniel's fist clenched, veins bulging. Threaten my son? Your family. Marcus laughed, cold and vicious. Family? You're the weak link, cousin, hiding your mixed blood like a coward. I built this company in the shadows while you played CEO. Now with Victoria, we'll take it all. Aisha, hidden in the adjoining room after their late-night trace of the letter, gripped the doorframe, nails digging into wood until they splintered. Mia slept in her carrier nearby, oblivious, but Aisha's heart thundered. She'd insisted on coming. No way you face this alone. Now eavesdropping, rage boiled. Marcus paced, boots thudding. That truck? My setup. The kid was bait to scare you, make Victoria look like the savior for custody. Then boom, you and her gone. Inheritance mine. Daniel lunged, grabbing Marcus's collar. You bastard! Proof? Marcus shoved him back, the desk edge biting into Daniel's hip. Proof? I've got Victoria wrapped tight. Our affair's been cooking for years. She gets the kid, I get the empire. Your hero, Maid? Collateral. Black trash like her makes easy targets. Cops won't blink. Aisha burst in, eyes blazing. Trash! I heard every word, you racist pig. Marcus whirled, sneer twisting. Eavesdropping now? Typical. Get out before I call security. She stepped closer, chin high, Mia's carrier slung protectively. Call them. We'll see who crumbles. Daniel steadied himself, blocking Marcus. She's right. This ends now. Marcus's hand shot out, grabbing Aisha's arm, fingers bruising. Touchy are we? Victoria warned me. You're poisoning him against us. Aisha wrenched free, elbow jabbing his ribs sharply. He grunted, staggering. Bitch! Daniel tackled him, pinning him against the wall, forearm to throat. Enough! Admit it all. Marcus choked out a laugh. Admit? You'll never prove shit. The letter? Burned copies. Necklace? My plan to lead you astray. Aisha's breath came in furious bursts, scooping up the phone from the desk. Recording this? Too late. App's on. Marcus's eyes widened, thrashing free. You wouldn't. She hit play, his threats echoing tinny. I would. For Liam. For justice. Daniel released him, chest heaving. Get out. We're coming for you. Marcus straightened his tie, his glare lethal. Come then, but watch your backs. Next hit's personal. He stormed out, door slamming like a gunshot. Aisha sank against the wall, rubbing her arm, bruise blooming. He's unhinged. Affair with Victoria? Explains the hate. Daniel paced, fists opening and closing. Cousin or not, he's dead to me. We dig deeper. Financials. Calls. Aisha nodded, resolve stealing, Mia stirring with a whimper. Together. But he's right. Danger's real. Daniel met her eyes, a spark of alliance igniting. Then we strike first. Unseen, Marcus dialed Victoria from the elevator. They know too much. Accelerate the plan. Take them all out. Her voice hissed back. Done. The web tightened, pulling them toward the abyss. You think your little recording scares me, black girl? I'll crush you both before dawn. Marcus bellowed through the phone speaker as Aisha hit play again in Daniel's dimly lit office, his threats crackling like gunfire. Daniel smashed his fist on the desk, splintering wood. Bastard hung up. But we trace this now. Aisha's fingers flew across the keyboard, Hacking into call logs with skills from her street-smart days, Mia strapped securely to her chest, the baby's soft breaths fueling her fury. Numbers burner, but pings to a warehouse downtown. Your cousin's sloppy. Daniel grabbed his keys, jaw locked. We go. No cops yet. Need ironclad proof. Aisha blocked the door, eyes drilling. We? I'm in, but you follow my lead. Your world blinds you. He nodded sharply. Lead on. Tires screeched as they sped through the night streets, Daniel's SUV weaving like a predator. Aisha directed, phone glowing with maps. Stop here. Alley entrance. They slipped out, shadows swallowing them, her hand brushing his for a split second, electric tension sparking. Warehouse loomed, locks picked with Aisha's hairpin twist. Click. Inside, crates stacked high, dust choking the air. Financials first, she whispered, rifling drawers. Daniel covered her, flashlight beam slicing darkness. Papers scattered, ledgers showing siphoned funds from Harrington Corp to offshore accounts. Millions gone. Marcus's signature. Aisha's pulse hammered, stuffing docs into her bag. Link to Victoria. Joint transfers. Daniel's breath hitched. She betrayed me for him? Affairs thing. Theft's war. Footsteps echoed. Guards. Intruders. One lunged, baton swinging. Daniel dodged, fist connecting with jaw. Crack. Aisha kicked low. Boot to knee. Guard crumpling. Run! They bolted deeper, hearts pounding in unison. Upstairs office. Computer humming. Aisha cracked the password. Harrington greed. Emails flooded the screen. Marcus to Victoria. Kids accident phase 1. Custody grabs inheritance. Then eliminate Daniel. Plane sabotage next. Daniel's face drained of blood. My flights? He's tried before? Aisha printed fast, pages whirring. More? Your dad's death. Accident, too. Marcus orchestrated, covered as a crash. Rage exploded. Daniel punched the monitor, glass shattering. Uncle's will. Left me control. He wants it all. Alarms blared, red lights flashing. Guards swarmed the stairs. Out the window! Aisha yelled, Mia waking with a cry. Daniel smashed the pane. Glass raining. They leapt to the fire escape, feet clanging on metal. Bullets whizzed, ping off rails. Aisha shielded Mia, sliding down the ladder, Daniel covering with thrown crates, crash. Street level, they sprinted to the SUV, doors slamming. The engine roared, peeling away as sirens wailed distance. Aisha panted, checking Mia's unharmed face. Close, but we got emails, ledgers. Daniel gripped the wheel, knuckles white. Not enough. Need witnesses. She nodded, dialing a contact, old diner buddy, ex-accountant. Meet us. Bring dirt on Harrington's. Safe house, Daniel's hidden apartment. Buddy arrived, sweating. Marcus? Yeah, he skimmed for years. Victoria signed off. Lovers since college. Aisha pressed. Proof? He slid the USB. Recordings? Wire transfers. They plugged in, voices clear. Marcus. Kill Daniel after custody. Empire's ours. Victoria. And the maid? Frame her for drugs. Aisha's fist balled, nails cutting palms. Frame me, bitch. Daniel paced, fury boiling. We interview more. Your community knows shadows. Aisha led next. Back to Harlem, knocking doors. Neighbors spilled. Saw Marcus lurking pre-accident. Paying off driver. One-handed photo. Marcus with trucker, time-stamped. Bought silence. Daniel snapped a pic, resolve hardening. Puzzle fits. Victoria called Daniel mid-hunt, voice syrupy. Darling, talk. He put on the speaker, and Aisha signaled silence. What, Vic? Marcus lies. Come home. Aisha mouthed trap. Daniel hung up. She's baiting. They tailed her next. SUV shadowed her limo to the penthouse. Binoculars up, Marcus inside, arguing. They have nothing. He smashed the glass. Aisha filmed, zoomed tight. Got him. But the guards spotted, chase on. Daniel swerved alleys, losing tail. Back underground, piecing board. Timelines, motives. Dad's crash. Marcus tampered brakes. Inherited stake. Aisha added a pin. Your mixed roots? He hates it. pure blood bullshit. Daniel's eyes stung, betrayal cutting deep. We need one more. Confession. Allies grew. PI from earlier, hacking deeper. Bank records confirm. Poison in plain fuel logs. Aisha's breath caught. Attempted murder. Mia fussed. She rocked her, steel in her voice. For her future, we end this. Daniel touched her shoulder, warmth lingering. Partners till the end. Clues mounted, necklace traced to Marcus's jeweler, engraved as a signal. Letter paper matched his office stock. Exhaustion hit, but they pushed. Coffee fueling all-nighters, Mia's coups breaking the tension. Community rallied, tips flooding Aisha's phone. Victoria bought drugs to plant on you. Aisha's jaw set. Won't work. Final lead. Informant meets at the docks. They arrive masked, wind whipping. Marcus plans final hit. Tonight, you're home. Daniel's phone buzzed. Liam's nanny. Intruder! They raced back, fear choking throats, the noose closing tighter. You're too late, mixed blood fool. Your dad's death was my masterpiece, and you're next. Marcus roared, gun barrel jammed against the nanny's temple in Daniel's penthouse foyer. Liam huddled behind her, eyes wide with terror. Daniel burst through the door, Aisha right behind, Mia strapped tight, her breath exploding in fury. Let them go, you traitor, Daniel charged, but Marcus cocked the hammer. Click. One step, and she drops. Victoria's waiting outside. Clean getaway after I end this line. Aisha's fists tightened, nails gouging palms. End it? Spill everything, coward. Marcus's laugh echoed hollow, sweat beading on his brow. Spill? Fine. Your old man suspected my embezzlement. Brakes cut, cliff plunge. Accident. I walked free, inherited shadows. Then you rose, hiding your black dad like dirt. Disgusting. Daniel's chest heaved, rage surging like acid. You killed him? For what? Greed? Marcus shoved the nanny down, her knees cracking floor. Liam screamed, scrambling to Aisha, who scooped him up, shielding him with her body. Greed? Empire? Victoria fed me intel. Your flights, deals. We rigged the truck for Liam, scare you into custody loss. Inheritance flows to her, then me. Affair? Cover for murder plots. Victoria slinked in from the balcony, heels clicking on ice. Darling, it's business. You were weak. Mixed roots diluted the bloodline. Aisha lunged, grabbing Victoria's arm, twisting hard. Diluted! You racist witch! Confess the rest! Victoria yelped, wrenching free, nails raking Aisha's cheek. Blood welled hot. Rest? Marcus poisoned your plane's fuel last month. Misfire. Now we frame you for drugs, black-made scum. Cops eat that up. Daniel tackled Marcus, guns skittering across marble, fist pounding ribs. Crunch. You murdered my father! Betrayed family! Marcus headbutted back, blood spraying. Family? Your black heritage shamed us. I cleaned the line. Uncle's will mine if you're gone. Aisha kicked Victoria's knee, dropping her, then stomped her phone. Crack. Recorded? Too bad. We have ledgers, emails, your signatures everywhere. Liam sobbed into Aisha's neck, Mia wailing in sync. Daddy, stop him! Daniel pinned Marcus, knee to throat. Admit it all, or I crush you. Marcus gasped, face purple. Admit, yes. Dad's crash my hit, tampered with evidence. Offshore millions siphoned. Victoria pushed the button on Liam's truck, her idea for custody. We planned your suicide next week. Overdose, blame the maid. Victoria crawled, spitting. Lies, he forced me. Aisha slapped her silent, hand stinging. Forced? Your emails beg for more. Kill him quick, empire ours. Daniel's eyes burned, betrayal carving deep. You were my wife. For him? Victoria sneered. Better than your tainted blood. Marcus promised purity, white legacy. Sirens wailed faintly. Neighbors alerted. Aisha yanked zip ties from her bag, street prep, binding Victoria's wrists tight. Purity? Rot in jail, Marcus thrashed. You'll never prove? Daniel shoved the USB into view. We have recordings, witnesses. Your jeweler ID'd the necklace. Your signal to the driver. Marcus deflated, breath ragged. Damn you, it was perfect. Aisha hauled Liam away, soothing his tremors. Perfect? You destroyed lives. For what, hate? Daniel stood, towering, gun kicked aside. Hate ends here. Cops take you both. Victoria lunged weakly. Wait, mercy! Aisha blocked. Mercy? Like you showed Liam? Doors banged. Police swarming, badges flashing. Hands up! Daniel raised his voice steadily. They're the intruders. Murder confessions on tape. Cuffs clicked. Marcus and Victoria dragged out, curses flying. Aisha clutched the kids, pulse slowing, scars throbbing fresh. It's over? No, truce out, but pain lingers. Daniel met her gaze, alliance forged in fire. Pain will heal, but first expose every layer. As cuffs tightened on the pair, a hidden file slipped from Marcus's pocket. Final ledger, sealing their fate, shadows lifting toward confrontations' peak. You tainted blood half-breed, think cuffs stop me? I'll gut your black whore and kids first. Marcus howled, shattering free from police grips in the penthouse chaos, knife flashing from his boot as he lunged at Aisha, blade slicing air inches from her throat. Daniel roared, tackling him midair, bodies crashing into furniture, wood splintering. Aisha twisted away, Mia's cries exploding, Liam clinging to her leg like iron. Run, kids! She barked, shoving them toward the bedroom, heart slamming ribs. Victoria, cuffed but thrashing, head-butted her guard, crack, stealing his gun. Die, Maid scum! She fired wildly, bullets embedding wall plaster showering. Daniel wrestled Marcus, knife grazing his arm, blood hot and slick. You killed my father. Admit it again. Marcus kneed his gut, air whooshing out. Admit? Proud. His black lover shamed us. Your mom's sin. Erased him for purity. Daniel's fist connected, jaw, snap, teeth flying. Purity? You're poison. Guards piled on, but Marcus elbowed free, grabbing Liam's collar. Boy's mine now. Inheritance bait, Liam screamed, kicking wildly. Aisha charged back, nails raking Marcus's face, gouges bleeding. Let him go, monster! Marcus backhanded her, lips splitting, copper taste flooding her mouth. She staggered but countered, boot to groin, grunt of agony. Victoria circled, gun steady now. Move, Daniel, or watch her bleed out. Black trash is invading our world. Daniel froze, breath ragged, arm wound, pulsing fire. Vic, stop. This ends you too. She laughed manic. Ends? We rigged everything. Your dad's brakes, plane fuel, and Marcus's genius. Affair sealed it, kids as pawns. Aisha wiped blood, eyes locked on the gun. Pawns? Confess full. Cops here. Victoria cut her off, barrel jabbing Aisha's chest. Confess. You framed easy drugs in your slum. Cops by ghetto crime. Mia wailed louder, Aisha's arms shielding instinctively. Guards recovered, one tackling Victoria, gun skittering. She clawed his eyes, nails drawing blood. Get off! Daniel pinned Marcus harder, knee to the back. Full truth, now! Marcus gasped. Truth? Victoria pushed the truck button. Her call for custody. I handled hits, poison, crashes. Your mixed kid? Next target, dilute no more. Liam sobbed. Daddy! Daniel's rage peaked, choking Marcus silent. But Victoria broke free again, grabbing a knife from the floor. Enough talk! Die! She slashed at Aisha, blade nicking her shoulder. Sting sharp. Aisha countered, fist to nose. Crunch, blood spraying. Chaos peaked, guards shouting, radios crackling. Backup. Marcus headlocked Daniel, knife to the throat. Back off, or he bleeds. Aisha grabbed the lamp, swinging the base at Marcus's skull. Thud. He loosened, Daniel breaking free, punching gut, repeated, oofs echoing. Victoria lunged at the kid's door. Inheritance is mine. Kill them. Aisha blocked, tackling her to the ground, fists pounding ribs. Over my body! Guards swarmed, subduing finally, cuffs reapplied tightly. Daniel staggered up, bloodied but standing, pulling Liam close. Aisha clutched Mia, shoulder throbbing, breaths heaving in victory. We got more confessions? Taped? Daniel nodded, phone hidden and recording. But Marcus spat. Not over. Allies wait, Victoria hissed. Watch backs. Police hauled them out, doors slamming. Aisha slumped against the wall, wounds burning, kids safe in her arms. Close. Too close. Daniel bandaged her quickly, touch lingering. We need final proof. His office safe. Now. She nodded fiercely. Lead. They slipped out the back exit, evading chaos toward Marcus's lair, danger's shadow trailing like smoke. You escape now, but your black bloodline ends tonight. I'll torch this empire with you in it. Marcus screamed from the police van's window as it sped away, his cuffed hands banging metal, face twisted in final spite. Daniel whirled, shoving Aisha and the kids into the SUV, engine igniting with a roar. His office, now. Final safe holds the master files. Aisha buckled Mia, Liam trembling beside her, her own shoulder wound pulsing fire. Drive. Cops distracted. We grab proof before allies erase. Tires burned rubber, vehicle lunging into traffic, sirens fading behind. Marcus's tower loomed downtown, guards loyal to him, bribed eyes scanning. Daniel parked blocks away, breath ragged. Back entrance, your pick skills. Aisha nodded, hairpin twisting lock. Click. They slipped in, kids hushed in carriers, hearts thundering in sync. Elevators dinged empty, but cameras whirred. Disable, she hissed, yanking wires, sparks flying. Up to the executive floor, the door cracked. Inside, chaos from the earlier raid, papers strewn. Safe, behind painting. Daniel ripped it down, revealing a steel vault. Aisha's fingers danced on the keypad, codes from emails cracked. His birthday, arrogant fool. The door hissed open, files tumbling. Ledgers first, detailed hits. Dad's brakes, mechanic paid $50K. Daniel's fists crushed paper, rage boiling. More, plain logs. Victoria signed poison order. Aisha stuffed them in a bag, pulse spiking. Footsteps echoed hall, goons. Intruders! One charged, bat swinging. Daniel dodged, counterpunching throat, gasp. Aisha kicked second's knee, snap, guard crumbling. Kids safe! She shoved them under the desk, Mia's whimpers muffled. The third goon grabbed Daniel's collar. Boss said kill the half-breed. Daniel headbutted nose. Blood explosion, then kneed gut. Goon doubled, Aisha smashing the vase on the skull. Shatter. Alarms blared, red lights strobing. Grab digital! Daniel yanked the hard drive from the safe. Password bypassed with a USB hack from allies. Screen lit, videos. Dad's crash, tampered footage. Car plunging cliff, brakes failing. Daniel's breath caught, eyes stinging with fury. They filmed it? Aisha fast-forwarded, Victoria and Marcus toasting. One down, Empire next. Her voice, your mixed kid? Disgrace. End him young. Liam overheard, tears streaming. Me? Aisha hugged him fiercely. Never. We fight. More files. Wire transfers to assassins. Emails plotting Aisha's frame. Plant coke in Maid slum. Cops raid. Goons regrouped, bursting door. Boss's orders. Burn evidence. One lit Molotov, flame whooshing. Daniel tackled, bottle smashing, fire licking carpet. Aisha stomped flames, boot scorching. Out window. Fire escape. She grabbed the drive. Bag slung. Daniel scooped Liam, punching the goon's jaw. Crack. Escape clanged metal. Feet pounding rungs. Below, Victoria's car screeched up, her out with a gun. Stop them! Shots pinged rails. Aisha leapt the last rung, rolling with Mia. Impact jarring bones. Run! Daniel followed, Liam's weight heavy, bullets whizzing. Alley sprint, breaths knives in lungs. Victoria pursued, heels discarded, face manic. You ruin everything. Black invader. Aisha whirled, throwing a trash lid. Clang to the head. Victoria staggered, gun dropping. Daniel kicked it away, pinning her. Confess again. On record. Phone out, recording. Victoria spat blood. Confess. Marcus killed your dad. I drove the getaway. Poisoned your fuel myself. Truck, my signal, necklace drop. Daniel's choke tightened. Why? Hate your roots. Tainted our name. Empire pure white. Aisha bound her with a belt, wrists raw. Pure? Jail's colorblind. Sirens neared. Real backup. Aisha rifled Victoria's pockets. Final key, USB twin. Duplicates, full confessions. Plugged into phone, audio of plots, visuals of hits. Ironclad. Daniel stood. Kids safe. Wounds ignored. We have it all. Ledgers, drives, her words. Victoria thrashed. Allies coming. You're dead. But cuffs clicked as cops arrived, this time allies from a PI tip. Evidence secure. Aisha exhaled, hugging Mia, Liam's hand in hers. Safe. Finally. Daniel met her eyes, bond unbreakable. Not yet. Boardroom Vashtran next. They vanished into shadows, files clutched like weapons, dawn breaking with justice's edge. You half-breed scum! Expose us? I'll drag your black secrets to hell first. Victoria shrieked from the boardroom shadows, lunging at the podium where Daniel stood, files clutched like grenades, her nails aiming for his eyes. Daniel sidestepped, slamming her arm down, crack on wood, shareholders gasping in the packed Harrington Corp hall. Aisha burst forward from the wings, Mia on her hip, Liam at her side, her voice slicing air. Too late, witch. Lights on. Projector flared, screens blasting emails, ledgers, videos. Marcus's face frozen in confession. Killed the old man, brakes cut clean. Chaos erupted. Board members bolted upright, murmurs exploding into shouts. Marcus dragged in, cuffed by guards and thrashed with chains. Lies, fabricated. Daniel cut him off, voice thunder. Fabricated? Play the tape. Audio boomed, Marcus's growl. Poison plane, rigged truck, for Empire pure. Victoria clawed at controls. Shut it off, Aisha blocked, elbow jabbing ribs. Oof. Watch your downfall. Screen scrolled, transfers siphoned millions. Victoria's signatures bold. One exec pounded the table. Embezzlement, proof. Daniel thrust the USB. Here, duplicates from safe. Dad's murder footage, your hands, Marcus. Marcus charged the podium, cuffs rattling, headbutting a guard, blood spurting. You tainted it all. Black blood ruined legacy. Daniel tackled back, knee to gut, wind knocked out. Legacy? Murder's your mark. Shareholders roared demands. Arrest them. Victoria spun, grabbing the mic. He's lying. Mixed roots make him unstable. Aisha snatched it away, her split lip throbbing. Unstable. Your words. End the kid. Dilute no more. Video looped, Victoria toasting hits. The board gasped, phones out, recording. Guards piled on Marcus, pinning his arms. Confess again, Daniel demanded, choking his collar. Marcus spat. Confess? Proud. Erased your dad for white purity. Victoria drove getaway, signed poisons. We framed the maid. Drugs planted. Aisha's fist balled, nails cutting. Framed? Cops cleared me. Your setup crumbled. Victoria kicked free, slashing at Aisha with a pen, sting on the arm. Bitch, die, Aisha countered, fist to jaw. Snap. Die. Jail first. Screens flashed final. Necklace engraving matched Marcus's order. Truck drivers paid confession. Execs voted instant. Oust them! Seize assets! Marcus howled. No, Empire's mine! Daniel stood tall, voice steady. Empire! Rebuilt clean, no hate. Victoria collapsed, sobbing fake. Mercy, affair blinded me. Aisha scoffed. Blinded? Your emails beg murder. Kill quick. Board nodded, signaling police reinforcements. Cuffs tightened. Liam tugged Daniel's sleeve. Daddy, are they bad? Daniel knelt, hugging fiercely. Bad and done. Mia cooed, Aisha rocking her, wounds ignored in triumph. Reporters swarmed doors, flashes blinding. Scandal exposed, Daniel addressed. Truth out. Harrington reforms now. Marcus dragged away, cursing. You'll pay, allies lurk. But the board applauded, stabilizing. Aisha met Daniel's eyes, spark igniting. We won. He nodded. Together. As villains vanished in vans, the final file printed, full inheritance clean to Daniel, shadows banished. Yet a lingering note in Victoria's pocket. Plan B activated. Hinted deeper threats, pulling toward resolution's dawn. You pure white dreamers, rot in hell. Your tainted empire crumbles now. Marcus bellowed from the courtroom dock, lunging at the bars as the judge's gavel cracked like thunder, sentencing him to life without parole, his face draining color. Victoria collapsed beside him, chains rattling, her sobs fake and piercing. Innocent, framed by that black intruder. The judge cut her off, voice steel. Evidence overwhelming, murder, embezzlement, attempts on lives, 30 years, no mercy. Daniel stood in the gallery, fists unclenched for the first time. Liam's hand in his, the boy's eyes wide but steady. Aisha clutched Mia closer, her wounds scarred over, chin high as justice landed. Prosecutor thrust final exhibits, drives, tapes, confessions, Marcus's hits detailed, Victoria's signatures damning. Dad's brakes cut. Your order, Marcus spat. For purity, your mixed spawn shamed us. Bailiffs yanked him back, muscles straining. Victoria clawed for air. He forced me, affair twisted. Aisha stepped forward, voice slicing. Twisted, your gun aimed at kids. Own words doom you. The judge nodded. All knots tied, offshore funds seized, assets frozen. Harrington clean slate. Shareholders in the back rows exhaled, nods rippling, cuffs tightened, dragging the pair out, Marcus kicking doors, Victoria screeching threats. Allies avenge us! But doors slammed shut, echoes dying. Daniel's shoulders dropped, relief flooding his veins. Over! Aisha's hand found his, squeezed firm. Justice served. For your dad, Liam. Liam hugged her leg. Thank you, Aisha. Mia babbled, innocent amid victory. Outside, reporters swarmed. Scandal closed? Daniel faced the mics. Closed. Reforms begin. Aisha shielded the kids, pride swelling. Court papers finalized. Inheritance pure to Daniel. Custody ironclad. No loose ends. Goons turned state's evidence. Plots dismantled. Marcus's final glare from the van window burned, but bars held. Victoria's makeup streaked tears real now, regret biting. Wait, appeal! Guards shoved. No appeals! Aisha watched the van vanish, chest lightening. Pain ends. Daniel pulled her close, kids between. New start. Embezzled millions recovered, distributed to victims, families hit by their schemes. Dad's case reopened, cleared as murder. Daniel's mixed roots honored in filings, no shame. Aisha's frame attempt quashed, record spotless. Community celebrated, Harlem streets alive with cheers. Justice for the Maid hero! She waved off the praise, focusing on the kids. For them! Daniel donated the first check to Reparations Fund. Heal wounds. As the court emptied, a single file remained. Legacy blueprint, pointing to hope's rebuild. You think prison walls erase your white privilege stains? I'll haunt your reforms from hell. Marcus's final courtroom echo rang in Daniel's ears as he slammed the gavel in his mind, but he shoved it aside, striding into the Harlem Community Center, toolbox clanging, sweat already beading on his brow. Aisha blocked his path, arms crossed, Mia on her hip, giggling. Privilege? Start by scrubbing floors. Earn respect. Daniel dropped the tools, grabbing the mop without a word, knees hitting tile. Scrub, scrub, grime yielding to elbow grease. Kids watched wide-eyed. Rich guys cleaning? One laughed. Daniel grinned through strain. Guilty as charged, making amends. Weeks blurred into action. Daniel poured embezzled millions back, founding Harrington Equity Fund, scholarships for Black youth, job training in tech. Boardroom battles raged. He fired biased execs, fists pounding the table. Diversity hires now? Mandatory. One resisted. Costly. Daniel cut him off. Costly. Hate costs, my dad. Your bonuses fund it. Aisha joined meetings, voice sharp. Not tokens, real power. She led workshops, her nursing dreams revived, enrolling classes with funding aid. Teach health, save lives like I saved Liam. Daniel nodded, handing her keys to the new clinic wing. Your vision. Volunteering ramped. Daniel hauled supplies to slums, back aching, but resolve steel. Neighbors eyed him warily. White savior. He knelt, fixing leaky roofs, hammer strikes echoing. Insavurer, debtor, my family's hate scarred you. One elder gripped his shoulder. Prove lasting? Daniel did. Policy shifts at Corp, equal pay audits, anti-bias training. Victoria's frozen assets fueled it, her prison letters begging mercy ignored. Burn them, Aisha said, flames licking paper in the fireplace. Warmth spreading. Liam tagged along, small hands painting center walls, bright murals of unity. Like Aisha's strength, Mia toddled, grabbing brushes, laughter bubbling. Daniel watched, chest swelling. Family heals. Aisha's hand in his, she squeezed tight. Heals together. He expanded. Goodwill tours, speaking at churches. My mixed roots? Pride now, not shame. Crowds nodded, applause thundering. Actions speak. He donated his personal fortune, half to black-owned businesses. Reparations start here. Aisha pushed further. Go deeper, mentor kids. Daniel did, tutoring math and after schools, patience tested, but he held. Corporate overhaul peaked, new CEO charter. No room for hate. Shareholders resisted. Profits drop. Daniel slammed the reports. Profits from poison. Rebuild clean. Aisha backed him, data in hand. Diverse teams thrive. Stats prove. Board yielded. Votes. The fund grew. Clinics in every borough, focusing on black health. Aisha led the first opening, scissors cutting ribbon. Snip. For forgotten. Patients flooded, her hands bandaging wounds like her own. Daniel volunteered shifts, mopping blood, humility grounding. Personal redemption deepened. Daniel traced roots, visiting Dad's grave. Flowers laid, tears hot. Forgive my blindness. Aisha stood beside. He sees now. They adopted community dinners, shared stories swapped. Liam's nightmares faded, and hugs for Aisha were constant. Mom? She knelt, eyes misty. If you want. Mia's first steps toward Daniel, wobbly but sure. Da-da! His heart cracked open, joy flooding. Scale ballooned, national fund launch, speeches broadcast. Chalk Loy from hate, build hope. Allies joined, ex-employees testifying to change. Real. Aisha's pride beamed. You did it. But he shook his head. We. Final act, annual goodwill. Daniel and Slums Weekly, tools in hand. Lasting. As the center thrived, kids graduating with scholarships, echoes of Marcus's hate were silenced by hammers and hearts, a foundation solid for tomorrow's light. You think your equity crap washes away generations of white dominance? I'll rise from ashes and crush your mixed farce. Marcus's prison letter shredded in Daniel's fist, flames licking the paper in the family fireplace. His jaw clenched as embers danced like defeated foes. Aisha snatched the remnants, stomping them out, boot grinding ash. Rise, buried for life, his hate dies here. Daniel pulled her close, arms enveloping, Liam and Mia between them, the kids' laughter bubbling up, drowning old echoes. Dies with us building better. Aisha's lips brushed his, fire in her eyes softening to warmth. Better starts now, family first. Years flew by, Daniel's reforms rooted deep, Harrington Corp thriving on diversity, black leaders in boardrooms, profits soaring from inclusive deals. He mentored daily, suit swapped for jeans, hands calloused from center builds. No more shadows, he vowed at ribbon cuttings, clinics named after Aisha blooming in slums. She graduated nursing, scrubs crisp, saving lives in ER shifts, hands steady on wounds like her own scars. For every forgotten kid, she whispered, stitching a boy's arm, Mia now toddling halls, waving stethoscopes. Liam grew tall, school awards piling up, science fairs won with projects on equality. Like Aisha taught, strength in differences. He hugged her at graduations, calling Mom natural, with no hesitation. Mia's first words, love you, aimed at Daniel, her dad, firm. They adopted formally, Courtroom cheers echoing, judges' gavel sealing bonds, blood couldn't break. Family by choice, Daniel declared. Rings exchanged in a quiet ceremony. Harlem streets alive with block party feasts. Personal healing deepened. Daniel visited Roots, Brooklyn Stoops, where Dad played ball. Stories shared with kids. Your grandpa fought hate. We honor him. Aisha's past mended. Ex's abandonment faded in a new light. Pain forged me strong. For this. They traveled goodwill. Speeches nationwide. Bias blinds. Open eyes heal. Crowds roared. Lives changed. One exec quitting hate groups after Daniel's talk. Tears streaming. Challenges hit. Corpse sabotage from old allies. Hacks attempted. Daniel countered swiftly. Firewalls up. Fists metaphorically pounding. No breach. Aisha backed. Community networks alerting to threats. United we stand. Kids face school taunts. Mixed family freak. Liam punched back once, regretted it immediately. Aisha knelt. Words fight words, not fists. Proud of Roots. He nodded, essay on tolerance winning prizes. Fund expanded globally. Scholarships to Africa. Programs dismantling bias. Daniel volunteered at prisons, irony sharp, facing Marcus's glare through glass. Reform yourself, Marcus sneered. Never. But Daniel walked away, head high. Victoria's pleas were ignored, her isolation biting. Mercy, Aisha burned letters. Earned none. Home life bloomed, dinners chaotic, laughter echoing, Liam's jokes, Mia's dances. Daniel cooked, burning pans but trying. For you, Aisha laughed, salvaging. Teamwork. Bedtime stories wove lessons. Goodness crosses colors, save without expecting. Kids absorbed, eyes bright. Anniversaries marked, accident day now, hero day, picnics in parks. Aisha's dive reenacted playfully. Legacy solidified. Daniel's book, From Hate to Hope, bestseller, proceeds to fund. My blindness nearly cost everything. See others true. Aisha co-authored the chapter, Strength in Scars. Interviews poured. How'd you forgive? She gripped Daniel's hand. Forgive. Transformed pain to purpose. Community thrived. Centers hubs for dreams. Kids graduating college debt-free. Final scene, Central Park sunset, family hand in hand, Liam tossing frisbee, Mia chasing butterflies. Daniel knelt to Aisha. Marry me, again. Ring simple, her yes fierce. Kids cheered, hugs crushing. Best family, morale crystallized. True love and justice shatter divides. Goodness, not blood or color, builds unbreakable bonds. Choose kindness daily. Heal wounds, forge futures bright. Hate crumbles under unity's weight. Hope rises eternal. As stars emerge, their circle tight, past shadows vanished. Light eternal. In the end, this story reminds us that true family isn't defined by blood or wealth, but by choices, kindness, and the courage to bridge divides, proving that goodness can triumph over prejudice and greed, healing even the deepest wounds through love and justice. What do you think? Share your thoughts on the story or your own experiences with overcoming bias in the comments below. We'd love to hear from you. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you in the next video. Stay inspired.